video on now, which by the way, I'm streaming across multiple platforms right now. I am on at least 3 or 4 different platforms right now. IG, TT, FB, and 2 different FB pages. So I'm on 3 different platforms right now. I am reaching thousands of people right now with my laptop and my phone. Okay. It has never been that easy in history to do that, right? It's never been that easy in history to use free apps, what's already in your head and what you already know, productize it and monetize it. And I'm telling you, in 90 days, you can seriously change your situation. You get DBA, you spend the first few weeks just learning it. But even if you're learning it and you begin to go live and tell people and share what you're learning, it's going to become contagious. That's why it's viral now. It's going to become contagious. I'm at my auntie's house. I made her her kitchen island my remote workspace. She's crazy, y'all. She will just randomly get up and start nailing and putting stuff on the wall. So I forgot my big tripod. But even if I had it, my laptop, I prefer to sit it up on something. So it's a better angle of me. Because y'all know when you get a certain age, them down low angles are not friendly to you. So she's like, in 90 days, we got to get you a setup because I need my toolbox. I need a book or something. Give me a book or something. Okay. You got to unwrap that cord. Let's do it. That's the real stuff. That's what's real. That's what's real. So I'm sitting on top of this old DVD player. No, it's not as high. But I got to get one of those MacBook stands. Real life, right? But that's the beauty of having something like DBA. No one is telling you to get DBA and for DBA to be your be all end all. DBA is for you to get in and be able to, basically it's a cash generator is what DBA is. It's a cash generator, right? And it aligns with my mission of helping 100 families make their first $1,000, okay? It aligns with my mission of helping families make their first $1,000 online. That is 10 units of DBA at $111. And it actually, now that volume 2 is releasing, it actually is going to go down as far as the number of units that you have to move, okay? Because if you sell volumes 1 and 2 for $333, now you're talking less people, right? Because at $333, now you only need to move 3 units, and now you've generated $1,000. You've generated $999, right? It does not take experience. It does not take. I really like this setup. That is so cute. Let me change the screen though. Let me get back over here. What we was doing. Okay. If you go and check me out over on YouTube, if you go or not YouTube, I'm not on there yet. If you go over on FB on one of my business pages, you will see this setup. Where is it though? Child, I don't even know. I have so many tabs open. It is ridiculous. I was doing a presentation last week, and right as I was about to present, somebody decided to call me on Facebook, which I do not know for the life of me know why they decided to call me on Facebook, but they did. And so they're introducing me, and you hear this ringing in the background, and I had like 50,011 tabs open, and I could not figure out where the ringing was coming from. Oh, that's why. Okay, now I know where it's coming. Or now I know where it is. No, that's not it either. Child, where is it? What did I have open? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop presenting. I hate when I get that deep itching in my ear. I can't stand that. Cannot stand it. Okay. So, oh, that's where it was. Oh, okay. Let me move it next to it. So now I know. Now I know. It actually made it look different so I could see where it was coming from. There we go. Okay, so let me present it again because I like that. I look like a little, like I'm on the news or something. I got a little box next to me over on FB. I love it. Okay, so here, let's scroll up. So, okay, so there, that is next to me. I like that. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Okay, so, DBA, right? There is a 16-year-old who has made $2,000 with DBA. Okay, $2,000. Okay, there are people who are hating on it. There are people who are hating on it. There are people who are hating on it, and that's their loss, right? Because the fact is, and I'm never going to lie to you, DBA, and not DBA, but PLR and MRR have been around forever. They're licensing agreements, right? When you buy most Disney apparel, Disney didn't actually make that apparel. Some other company made it, and they went to Disney and paid for a license to be able to use the Disney characters and logos on their apparel. This is no different than that, right? Well, it is, because they don't get 100%. They have to pay Disney for the licensing. Plus, I believe they have to pay, and I'm sure it's going to depend per contract, then they have to pay a percentage of each sale. Whereas with DBA, you get 100%. Once you pay me your $111, you are on your own, boo, meaning that every sale, you get 100% of that. I get nothing when you sell it, right? I get nothing. And by the way, when you use Klarna and Afterpay, this is why people pay the $99 for Stand Store. When someone starts with $27, you actually get the full $111 minus the Stripe fees. Okay. So are you getting how this is a cash generator? How you can generate cash, right? I always tell people, if push came to shove, if I needed something, if my kids needed something, if my mama needed something, if her sisters needed something, I know how to go online. I know how to create a product and to generate cash. And that is what DBA is. It is giving you more. And that's why so many people are hating on it, to be honest with you, because DBA is giving you the power. DBA is empowering you. DBA is putting your ability to make money in your hands. I've done it all over the years. I mean, I ain't never hooked, but I ain't never sold street pharmacy. But I mean, when it comes to online, I've done affiliate, right? I can't believe I just said that. I thought it was funny, but I've never, I've done affiliate, right? I've done network marketing, direct sales, MLM, right? I've created my own courses, products. I've coached, I've consulted, right? And the beauty of your own courses and products, of your own coaching and consulting, of something like DBA, because it's done for you, but it's marketed like it's your own, meaning you collect that money, right? You get paid that day. So if someone goes to my link right now and clicks that link and goes to that third button and they join DBA, my Stripe is going to light up. The money is going to be there, and I can pay it out instantly to myself. Okay. I can pay it out instantly to myself. By the way, if you have DBA, do not use Stripe or any of these other places as a bank. Do not let your money sit there any longer than it has to. Move your money to your bank. Believe me. Okay. I'm not saying that Stripe is shady or anything like that, but you never know what can happen. Move your money to your own bank. Okay. And as quickly as possible. But that is the power of digital marketing. Okay. I hope you get that. I hope you understand that. It is a cash generator. I have a program that sells for $497 where I teach you sales mindset, where I teach you how to sell, right? Some of the stuff we went over, very basic today. I used to teach it to my old team. And then I also created a course called the Cash Flow and Business Growing Mastermind, where I teach not just this, we get a lot deeper, right, into picking a high performing product and how to sell it and what goes into it and how to fix your sales mindset, how to fix your call reluctance, how to fix your mindset of not being good enough, of imposter syndrome. We work through all of that in that program. It is $497. Okay. So creating a course, what I do is I come up with my outline, right? And the actual quote unquote sales page for that is a Google Doc. It's a Google Doc. Let me see if I still have it up. I'll show it to you. My ear. I hate that. Does that happen to anybody else? I can't stand it. Absolutely can't stand it. So this is a Google Doc. And this is how I sold this program, with a Google Doc. Right? And that's the doc version. Let me actually show you the web version, because people don't realize you can click share with others or publish to the web, and you will see it, and it doesn't even look like a Google Doc, right? Okay. So now that is the web version published to the web. So it looks like a web page. So y'all, don't overcomplicate it. Making money online is a lot easier than you think, right? You can literally listen. I gotta set that down for a minute because I don't want to drop my $3,000 laptop, which digital marketing bought for me, by the way. Listen, when I launched this, within the first hour, I made like $2,000 because I already had a customer base. I went to my customer base. I created this Google Doc. I hadn't created the course itself. Okay. But I created this Google Doc and I sold the course based on what I wrote on this Google Doc, right? And then you can scroll down. You can scroll down, and there's actually links throughout here, but you can scroll down and there's going to be a button. I went and downloaded that image from the internet where it says register here. You'll see it in just a second. And I attached the link to it right there. I attached the link to it from my Stripe account. And when you click that, it takes you to a redirect notice, and then you just click the link again, and boom, there is the link. Okay, we don't have to overcomplicate it, y'all. Making money online is easy. Making money online is easy because what did I do? I created a Google Doc and solved a problem, right? So basically, I first solved my own problem. Okay? So actually, I don't think y'all were able to see that. So let me show you over here. So I solved my own problem. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Now you got me crazy. Okay, so I solved my own problem, and then I monetized the solution, because the course is based on me fixing my own sales mindset, me taking my sales to a new height, right? So I always tell the story of how when my kids were younger, my parents bought them PS3. My parents bought them PS3, right? And they had different games, and I had heard about this game. I didn't know it wasn't appropriate for the kids, GTA. Okay, so I bought GTA, and I found out it wasn't appropriate for the kids, and so I was up late at night when they were in the bed playing it every night, but I wasn't that good at it. So I went online and was looking for forums, looking for information, because there were just some things I couldn't figure out. So I went online, and what I found was this disc. So I bought this disc, and this disc basically gave me the cheat code. I paid like $10 plus shipping, and it was a disc, and I put it in my computer, and it helped me understand how to better play the game. That's an example of monetizing something that you already know. Okay. If you're really good at cooking, if you enjoy cooking, why aren't you putting together cooking books, ebooks with your recipes? Why aren't you creating content with videos? Darius Cooks. Do y'all know how much money Darius Cooks has made? And I think he is an actual chef. But even if he weren't, like Tabitha Brown created content and now you can go buy her seasoning. She had clothes in Target. I don't know what make y'all think they're so special, but they are no more special than you. The only difference is they actually took action and they showed up consistently. And I'm showing you literally that all it takes is, okay, because here, like I said, when you click that button from that Google Doc, taking some salt and pepper. That's all it takes. My auntie in the background tells me, I don't know why you tell them, but she in the background. I know y'all can hear. She said all it takes is salt and pepper. Okay, so when you click that button on that Google Doc, it takes you to my Stripe checkout. So for the girl that was crying about losing her stand store, this is, I mean, and she ain't even selling something for $4.90. Oh, well, she might be. That's all it takes, right? You sell one that way, and now you've got the money to go pay for the stand store, and you don't have to be, putting yourself in jeopardy and doing anything manually. But to get started, you can be scrappy. You can be scrappy, right? Now, Stand Store has a 2-week trial, so I don't recommend that you start with a Google Doc, but I'm just showing you that you can. Okay, let's get back to, I pre-sell my courses before they're created. I know a lot of people, because I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical of DBA when I first started hearing about it. I was talking trash. I was. But then I kept watching the girls because they kept showing up in my feed, and I just liked listening to them. And next thing you know, here I was signing up, joining, right? But check this out. They were saying, about the big difference being that it's not that it's done for you and you don't have to create the course. And I'm like, but creating a course for me isn't easy. Why? Because I pre-sell my course. I sell it before it's even created. But I have the audience, I have community, and that is why I am able to do that. I have never created a course and then tried to sell it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because for one, people create courses that don't sell. People create courses that don't sell, right? I don't even run ads to my courses because I start with my warm market, right? With my hot and warm market. And then from there, I market it organically, and it has to hit a certain point organically to have success before I will even run an ad to it. Okay, that probably might have even went over some of your heads. So we're just gonna skip that, right? But all you need is what is in your head, and you need a Google Doc. Okay, so let's go back here, and I'm going to show you my Google Notes. Like if I ever die, like how when people would die, like way back in the old days, like the 1600s, 1900s, and people would find some of their written works. Yeah, my kids will be able to go into my Google Docs and sell stuff. They absolutely will be able to. Okay, so here is the outline. Here is where I dumped out what I was going to teach in the course. So this is what I do. I create this first, and then I go and I write the sales letter. Right, off of this. And then I create a Facebook group. Okay, then I create a Facebook group. So let me pull up the group. Let me share that screen. So this is the Facebook group right here. This is the Facebook group. That's the Facebook group. Okay. So each week I went live in the Facebook group. Each week. And that's the course. What did I go live about each week? The things that I outlined on that Google Doc. And it's $497 because I have the market that honestly, if your stuff is priced too low, they won't buy it because they're used to paying a certain amount for a course. And if it's not priced appropriately, they're going to think that, it's just not a good course, right? And they've consumed enough of my free content that they know the value that I provide. They look at it as like, based on what she's given away for free, I can only imagine what is in that course, right? And it actually wound up being, I actually over delivered, as I tend to do. I think it was only originally supposed to be 4 weeks, and it wound up being 6 weeks worth of content. And so that is why it is $497. And I over bonused on it, which I tend to do. I added and gave away some of my older courses for free. And that's why it's $497, because there's at least $1,200 worth of bonuses that you get when you sign up for this course. And so did I have to learn from DBA? No, but I did anyway, right? Because I've been around for quite some time. I've been in marketing for 32 years. My oldest daughter is 32. Straight out of high school, 2 weeks later, I was over working on a major brand, their air freshener, their plugins, the things you put in your car to make your car smell good. 2 weeks out of high school. And I wasn't just writing envelopes and pushing envelopes. I was analyzing spreadsheets, putting spreadsheets together, sitting in on calls related to, because in May, they were already taking bookings for their holiday, for their pine scent, right? They were already taking bookings. They were working on the advertising for that. So I sat in and watched the commercials being created for that. So I truly have 32 years of sales, marketing, and leadership experience. Okay. You don't have to. The only reason I bring that up is, yes, I had that when I came to DBA, but you know what I didn't learn in those 32 years of sales, marketing experience? TT. I know some things about TikTok, but there were some things that were shared in the training that is inside of DBA that my most recent videos are all getting 500, 600, 700 views. Where they, for a while there, I had got stuck. I had brought it up and then it went back down. And then they were getting less than 200 views. So not only have I gotten out of the 200 view jail, but it's been pretty consistent. Like most of my all of my videos yesterday have over 500 views. Right? I figured out how to grow my following. I got my following to 1,000 really fast. And then it sat at like 2,200 for a very long time. And I got really disenchanted with the app and wasn't posting consistently. And ever since Congress ticked me off, I've been very consistent on the app, and I'm at about 3,200 followers now. I collect leads in my sleep, and that's where they're coming from, because I hardly do anything on IG anymore because it's just boring and unexciting. And I do get some from Facebook, but I know the majority of them are coming from TT and LinkedIn. Okay. You've got to do something you've never done to get results that you've never had. To get something you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done before. So the third link in my bio is where it's at. You go to the third link in my bio, not the third link. You go to the link in my bio and click the third button. And that is how you get access to DBA. And I recommend that you do that before the volume 2 is launched. Okay, before volume 2 is launched. Okay, because when volume 2 launches, you're going to have to pay for it separately. You can buy it now with volume 1, and you pay the price for volume 1. So basically, when you join with volume 1 now, you get volume 2 for free. Okay, and I'm going to cut that off soon, because it's me actually changing the price and flipping the switch, because it's MRR. So I actually own my copy of it. I just can't make changes to it, and I can't price it below the minimums that have been set. So if you want to be a part of a winning community, like, a lot of people always have hindsight. Oh, I wish I'd have joined way back when. Well, this is way back when. It's viral. I don't know what else to tell you. It's viral. It is a viral product. 8,000 members in the community in less than 60 days. 8,000 people in the community in less than 60 days. Here, let me pull that back up and I'm going to show y'all. Because I know people like to see. They don't like to just hear, they like to see. And I got all these tabs open. Thought I just saw it. No, that was not it. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so let's come back here. Okay, so there are 8,000 members in DBA. Okay, right there. You can see it right there, 8,000. I'll click on it. There are 8,003 members in DBA. I'm going to show you. 8,000 members in DBA. I don't know how well you can see that from here, but 8,003. It's this little gray box right here. 8,003 members. When I joined DBA a few weeks ago, it was like 2,600 or 2,800. So in 2.5 weeks, it's grown from under 3,000 to 8,000. So it's more than tripled. Is that almost triple? That's almost tripled. It's almost tripled in just a few weeks. It's viral. Anytime you got people making hate content about what you're doing, it's because it's viral. So yeah, there are people out there hating on it, but it's, you know, what do Chris Brown say? How you gonna hate out from outside of the club? You can't even get in. It's always the people who don't have it, right? It's always the people who don't have it. It's not even worth talking about or getting into because the product speaks for itself, okay? The product speaks for itself. In fact, let's go through and look at some of those wins. Woke up to $666. Happy July 1st. That's that in your sleep money. You will never make money in your sleep without automation, or unless you have stocks and things like that. You have to have some sort of leverage to make money in your sleep. And the average everyday person's leverage is digital marketing, AI, and automation. You heard it here first, okay? Over $45,000 in the last 60 days, 5 DBA sales in 12 hours, okay? My first sale made my first sale. Hey, everyone, so this is how my weekend went. Saturday, joined DBA and watched the first few training modules. Sunday at 4:30 a.m., opened my Beacon store, added DBA product, created a video sharing my experience, shared the video with my Fit group, email list, and on my YouTube channel. Monday around 2 a.m. made my first sale. I love this because it's telling you what she did, right? Because people will tell you, oh, I made all this money, and y'all think that they just bought it and then they made money, or they might have put up a real spammy post and made money, but that's not what she did. She actually went through, watched some of the modules, then actually created her store and created a video sharing her experience, shared it with her group, email list, and her YouTube channel. And that is how she got her first sale. I absolutely love this. Matter of fact, let me take a screenshot. Okay. That is how she made her first sale. That is how it is done. No, Joyce, no, don't say that on my live. She's selling a digital product. You don't got to sell booty when you got digital products. DBA, Digital Boss Academy. 23 sales since 5 p.m. yesterday. Sale. I absolutely love DBA. I just got my third sale. 40 sales in 10 days. That's 4 sales a day. That's $444 a day. Okay. What is it? $274 a day to make 6 figures? It's like $274 a day, I think, to make 6 figures. Okay. And so with 40 sales, that's $444. That's almost double the amount of money to make $100,000 a year. So that, if you keep that pace up, which it is possible, to keep that pace up, That's like $200,000 a year in income. It's not guaranteed. It's not even typical, but it's possible. It's the potential. And there is nothing special that any one of us is doing. There's absolutely nothing special that any of us is doing other than actually taking inspired action based on what we learn and showing up consistently. Showing up consistently. Okay. Someone else says, I just made my first sale. I'm so grateful to be a part of DBA. I felt a day after day like I just wasn't doing enough. But God, okay, made my first sale. Another person, hey everyone, so I'm still on the 9 to 5 trail, but I've made my site live within the last week, and this morning I made my first DBA sale. I'm so excited. I've been trying really hard. First sale, just made my first sale. I'm absolutely loving DBA. And that's why it's viral. Because people who have no experience, people who've had experience and have bought $500 courses and couldn't sell one, are joining DBA and not only seeing success, they're seeing success fast. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you can have that same success. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to have it in the same time period, because everybody's journey, just like we all have our own individual fingerprint, everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is different. If you have 2 followers, yeah, it might be a little different for you. It might be a little longer, right? I would also say that I think the majority of people who are not making sales with DBA within the first month or two, number one, they're not talking to their own network about it. Number two, they're not showing up and promoting it consistently. They haven't gone through 3. They haven't actually gone through the modules. They're the same people that are asking questions that are spelled out in the early modules of DBA. And I would say that number 4, if I could remember it, that what was it? What was I going to say? It was good too. Those are definitely the top 3 reasons, but there's a 4th reason that I have thought of. They're not promoting it. They're not going through the content. That's for sure. They're not going through the content. And that's it. Because if they're not going through the content, they don't have anything to be excited about. They're just trying to sell. But the people who are actually going through the content and learning and using it, we're all excited. We can't stop talking about it. And that's what sells, right? You invite and excite, right? So I invite you to the webinar, right? You can go to the link in my bio. Actually, you can't go to the link in my bio. You got to DM me and I will send you the information for the webinar, but don't wait to join DBA until the webinar. You want to join DBA before that. So I've been talking. So ask away. What are your questions? What questions can I answer for you on DBA? Because I've been live for quite some time here. I've been live for quite some time. Okay. If you're watching in the horizontal, you can actually see the information to go to and join. You can actually see that. So yeah. Okay. And if you are watching and I'm this way, then go to the link in my bio and it is the 3rd button there. But what questions, not just about DBA, but just about marketing and digital marketing. I always have fun when I open up and answer questions because I'm such a marketing nerd. I love marketing and have been doing it for so many years. I've got so many different experiences. I have lots of different types of products. Thank you for the likes. My girl, Michaela in the house. Hey, girl. Hey. Michaela joined DBA a few weeks before I did, and she has been having success. She is doing really well. She's a single mom with a little baby, and, she works a remote from home job, and she half the time don't even want to go to her remote job. She want to be on live talking to people like I am. And that's what I'm telling you. The people who buy DBA and aren't selling it is because they bought it to sell it. They didn't buy it to learn from it. Because if you buy it and you learn from it, it gives you an excitement that you can't contain and you want to tell everyone about. Hey, Pooh. So when you go through the modules and you begin to learn and you really understand the value that's in there, you can't shut up about it. Right? That was the fourth reason. That's what I was going to say. I'm going to just keep it real with y'all. With 32 years of sales, marketing, leadership experience, double master's degree in marketing and finance, bachelor's degree in marketing and Spanish. Not that the Spanish has anything to do with it, but I just like to let people know that yo hablo español con frecuencia. Okay. So, those faceless accounts are not for us. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Not the way that y'all learn in faceless accounts and think you're supposed to create a faceless account. Those are not for us. We do not respond to those types of faceless accounts. The type of faceless account, and Matt said it yesterday, and I've been telling y'all this, the type of faceless account that we respond to, y'all don't even recognize that it's a faceless account. And that is an account like the Shade Room. The Shade Room is a faceless account, right? My girl Tavy has a program that I can get you hooked up with if you want on creating theme. She calls them theme pages. She doesn't really call them faceless accounts because we respond better to a theme page. Like the Shade Room is more of a theme page where you go and it's like TMZ, you get all the gossip, you get the tea. But how she makes her money is a few different ways. But how she originally began to make her money was if you wanted to be on her page and get access to her account, you had to pay her. So instead of paying the platform for an ad, you go, and the six-figure chick taught us this 2 years ago. You go to these theme pages and they have packages, and the package will spell out what you have to do. And so that's why you will see certain posts on the Shade Room, for example, that will say, it looks like a sensationalized news article, but it's really somebody who bought a spot on the Shade Room, right? It might be like 26-year-old woman is the first to ever create blah, 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 blah. And you're wondering like, who cares? That's because she paid to be on the Shade Room because the Shade Room has created community and audience, and she's monetizing that by selling advertising space. So when people want to get in front of a targeted group of individuals, that's the value in the faceless account. The faceless accounts that y'all are seeing with those aesthetics, but you notice them aesthetics don't look like us, that's because they're not for us. And that's why people who are trying to do that and trying to hide because they don't want to show up are struggling, right? They're struggling, and they're struggling to actually continue to create content. I have some that I started and it was like, oh no, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. This ain't gonna work for me. It's just not gonna work for me. Because number one, those faceless accounts, they struggle because it's very difficult to build that type of connection. And we build connection differently. We're a very social group. Like we know our cousins. Our cousins are family. They're our first best friends, right? We come from very tight-knit social circles and communities, right? So we build connection very differently. We have empathy, right? I'm not saying other people don't have empathy. I'm just saying that buying from those faceless accounts is not something that if your audience is that they're going to really buy from that type of faceless account. You're better off creating a theme page, and then you monetize that theme page primarily through selling space, where you are allowing people to have access to your audience by posting, and you set the rules and parameters and how long that post can be up, and even your stories. So instead of getting paid from brands, are you picking up what I'm throwing down? And you still got to be careful with it because I believe you're technically not supposed to do that on IG. I think it technically violates their terms. So, and I have bought ads on spots like that before and sold skincare and makeup, right? So, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. because that's part of how Cece, the six-figure chick, God, God rest her soul, R.I.P., rest in heaven, soldier, right? That's part of how she was able to blow up the way she did and be as successful as she was. As she had given us a list, but that list is no longer valid. And I mean, she's been gone for going on 4 years, I think. She'd given us a list of places that you could go, but you could find them. And they're very easy to figure out. They're very easy to figure out. They're still out there. And that's what the Shade Room is. It's a theme page. And that is how certain people need to do. Who am I talking about? You might not know her. Her name was Cece, the six-figure chick. Her Instagram, her IG account still exists. If you just go look for the six-figure chick at SIX, six-figure chick. Her brother still posts on her account from time to time. Her brother was her virtual assistant. She was sick. I never knew what she was sick with, but she was sick. And how she started was with juicing. She started a page about juicing. And I never found that page. I've never seen that page. But she started a page about juicing. And I guess she clearly must have had the C word. And I didn't know that. I just knew her from her content. About marketing and that. And I bought programs from her, products and programs from her. But she was one of the original digital marketing queens that looked like us. Okay. And so she, started in juicing, and then she started teaching people what she did to be successful. And I mean, I think she reminds me kind of like Kobe, right? Gone before her time. But she had such a strong why. She wanted to leave a legacy for her family, right? I think she bought her husband a BMW. She bought her mom a house, right? And she would break down all of her numbers. And so she bought a house for her mom, and her family still gets paid every month. She definitely created her legacy. But that's why near the end, she was practically giving her stuff away. She wasn't giving away, but she was practically giving her stuff away. It never made sense to me why she was doing these name your price sales. She would run those flash sales all the time. And it was because she knew she didn't have much time left. And she wanted to leverage what she had built, which is her totality. When you talk about stewardship, her totality, her influence, she wanted to leverage that while she still could, while she was here. And she did. But that's where, I knew that those pages existed before that, but she was the first person I knew to admit it, that they had done that. Because oftentimes the post is up and then they delete them. They're not there anymore. It's like they never existed. And I think that's partly because they violate whatchamacalls. I'm not going to say they do, because I don't know for a fact that they do. I'd have to read them. I know, for example, you really can't even sell your account, but people do it. People do it. Somehow they get away with it. But yeah. So yeah, that is the way you should really be looking at and approaching faceless accounts. And no one teaches it like my girl Tavy does. And it's an MRR course. So if you want that, I have it. Let me know. And I don't promote it, but I do have it. If you want to learn the theme pages, the way she teaches them. And I mean, people start making money with hers very, very quickly, very quickly. She's the same girl who created the AI course that I promote, the AI traffic generation system. She created that. I bought her social media marketing agency course years ago. Okay. So I'm definitely not, as much as I say I'm a marketing snob, I'm only a marketing snob. I don't care if you have the same education that I have, if your marketing sucks. But if your marketing is on point, you ain't got to have the education that I have. If your marketing is on point without the education that I have, I'm still going to be watching you. I'm still going to give you your respect and your props. I ain't that kind of marketing snob. It's the people who run around lying. And there are plenty of them running around here lying, riding their mama's coattails and all. Okay. Those are the people that get on my nerves. Those are the people that get on my nerves when they get on here lying. And, and that's when I'd be like, you might need to go to school. You might need to take some classes, because you just straight up lying to people. Okay. So you want to go to the link in my bio in my bio, in my profile, and there you will click the third button, and that third button is how you can join DBA. You can join for only $27, and you get volumes 1 and volumes 2 for only $27. Okay. So I tell people, I know some of y'all are like, I want to wait till Friday or Wednesday, because some people, depending on the account that you have, it actually hits your account on Wednesday instead of Friday. You can still pay it off on Wednesday or Friday, but get in now with that $27. This is no cap. This is not, fake FOMO. This is real business. You want to join now before the price goes up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. And that's what's going to happen this evening when DBA goes live. You just went to look her up? Yeah, I was so sad when she passed away. I knew she had been sick. I thought she had gotten better. Oh, it impacted a lot of us. Like it really did. It was really sad when we found out she passed away. Her brother wrote a beautiful post, and that's how we found out. I posted about it because it really it touched me. I mean, she touched my life. Like, I mentored under her directly for a period of time. Like, I bought a program where I mentored with her for 30 days. And I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not going to say she didn't deliver, but she did. I don't think she got to show up the way she wanted to or would have. And it was, it was because she was sick, and it happened to be actually either a year and some months or that May before she passed away. I can't remember. But even just the little bit that she gave me, I was grateful for that. And it was awesome. It is awesome. This is crazy confirmation. This is what, girl, we connected. Look at me. Girl, okay. In fact, if you want to come up, you can come up. I know you might be on your job. So if you don't want to or can't, that's fine too. But just know you are welcome to if you want to. But yeah, those theme pages, those faceless account, the people who are not selling and are struggling, I guarantee you, if they showed up on this live and said they were struggling, and I went to their TT account, I bet you they are trying to sell from a faceless account that has no more than 5 posts on it. Not once are they showing their face, using their own voice, or any of that. And that is why they are struggling, because they don't have the audience. They don't have the community. Because, baby, let me tell you, I already broke it down last night. Them people who have those faceless accounts with the aesthetic over on IG, baby, I know for a fact that some of them, those accounts were not brand new. They deleted all their old content, changed the name on the account. Not all of them, but some of them. Those accounts were not started from new. I don't care what they're telling you in their marketing. They deleted all of their old content, or they bought an account and deleted all of the content and rebranded the account. I already told y'all that people sell and buy accounts all day, every day on Instagram. There's a young Black man. His name is Jaquan, I think. He sold his account for some millions. He built that account from the ground up, and he sold it for millions. Boss Babe, when you go to Boss Babe's account, that is not the same account. That is the same account that Boss Babe Alex created, but she sold that account, back in like 2015 or 2016. And now a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl has it. And that's why their posts look and sound completely different, because it's no longer Boss Babe Alex who is the girl who originally created that account. She sold it. For an undisclosed amount. I have no idea, but I know she's a very smart girl, and she had a financial services background, so I know she all right. Okay. But a lot of those people with those faceless accounts, you cannot believe everything that they are telling you. Some of them are lying to you. Some of them ain't even women. You see all those images of women, but some of those aren't even women running those accounts. You ain't heard it from me. Okay. And not only that, some of them that are women, they actually made their money by yes, they have this faceless account and is growing, but the majority of their money and their initial money came from their email list or their huge network marketing team. No tea, no shade. I'm just giving you my professional opinion as an astute. Like, you can Google me. I want to tell you, you can Google me. You can look me up on iTunes. You can look me up on Spotify. Real talk. You can go to Spotify and type in my name. TAM as in Mary, IRA, last name Hamilton, like money. I am a real marketer. Okay. Those degrees aren't fake. Though I didn't get those from a certificate tech or whatever on IG. Like, my daughter, my oldest daughter, saw me graduate high school. I turned 18 one Tuesday, had a baby the next. Okay. My best friend, my auntie, and my daddy were at the hospital when I had her. And my best friend and I are not in the senior picture that our class took because we were at the hospital and I was delivering my baby that Tuesday morning. She was born that Tuesday morning while my high school class, the seniors, class of 92, were taking their picture. Okay. She was at my scholarship ceremony when I got my scholarship for undergrad. She was there when I graduated high school. In fact, I post that picture on Facebook for her birthday every year of me holding her as a little baby looking like my grandson. She was there when I graduated. She partied like a rock star at my graduation party for undergrad. She was there when I got my master's degrees. She has seen me walk across the stage multiple times. My youngest only got to see the graduate degrees because I got pregnant with her right after I got my full year. not even a full year after I got my bachelor's degree, right? So my first full year of actually I had a big girl job and a better one than the one that I call my first big girl job. Yeah, like I celebrate 1 year of working at that company, and then a few weeks later I went out on my 6 weeks unpaid medical leave because they had horrible benefits. Okay, so I'm a real marketer. Like, this is what I have done. I told you I came out of high school. Okay, so I had a baby one Tuesday. I turned 18 one Tuesday. January 28th, February 4th, I had my oldest child. I graduated June 7th, 1992. And 2 weeks later, I walked into the headquarters of a major consumer brand company. And I almost said the name. I have slipped and said it on some, so I'll say it here. I worked on Glade. I worked with the brand manager for Glade for that summer. And I knew the category manager and everything, right? And so I worked on Glade at 18 years old, fresh out of high school. I've worked with Disney. I've worked with Universal Studios. I've worked with Busch Gardens. I've worked with SeaWorld. I've worked with Hilton Hotels and Intercontinental Hotels. I've worked with Holiday Inn Hotels. I don't even know if they're still around anymore, but Travel Lodge, Best Western, Choice Hotels, right? I've worked with Apple. I sold Apple computers. I've sold Dell and IBM. So I know sales and marketing. I have been around for a while. I know my skincare is popping. I know I got my grandma's DNA. My daddy got good skin too, though. I don't just get it from my mama and my grandma. My daddy got some amazing skin. And he's so cute. I posted a video not too long ago of him sharing his skincare routine, talking about he just uses a warm towel and presses it on his face to shrink his pores. I've done tech sales. That don't really excite me, though. I'll be honest with you. In undergrad, for one of my senior projects, I did a case study and analysis on cosmetics for darker skin tones, right? And so makeup and skincare has just always been an exciting product to market for me. But I had that little girl. I graduated undergrad with a 4-year-old, and I could have moved her away, but I didn't want to move away from my family because my family was a huge support, right? So I probably could have found something in Chicago and worked in cosmetics, but I didn't. The money excites me. I was going to get into it. You were going to get into tech sales? Yeah. And you know, once you get the a taste of the freedom of working when you want to work from where you want to work, like I've literally been on the beach in Miami. You know how they always talk about girls and their legs look like hot dogs when we take those beach pictures and you see our legs and you see the water. I've literally posted about being on the beach, and not only did I make sales selling skincare and beauty, but I made sales in other countries while on the beach in Miami. I've been on the beach in San Diego and got a notification that I've gotten paid. I've been at not Mount Everest, what do you call that with the presidents? Mount Rushmore, and got a notification that you know, I just made money. So once you taste that, it's really hard to go back to any of that other stuff. It's so especially, you know, like I said, with something like DBA, it is a cash generator. It is a cash generator. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that here, I need to plug in my phone. That means that you can literally wake up broke, right? You can wake up at zero, right? You can wake up at zero. You can use free apps, knowledge that you already have, and you can then turn around and be up by the end of the day. Okay. And you can be up by as much or as little as you want to, right? Some days are going to be better than others. Some days are going to be better than others, but you can be up with digital products. It is a cash generator. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Okay. So, you know, when I say it's a great time to be alive, I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because I know what it takes to create and launch products. I don't know. My phone just went crazy. So I know what it really takes to create and launch products, and how long it takes to actually bring a product to market, especially like in beauty and cosmetics and skincare. It can be 12, 18 months from development to the time the product is actually live. It's not something that can just happen overnight, right? And so being able to create and launch a product in the same day with digital products, like you can literally make as much or as little as you want to. Okay. With using free apps, right? Because what do you need? You need a high converting offer, and you need traffic. Traffic is just a euphemism, a fancy word for people. You need an audience, you need community, right? You don't have to have it, you can build it, but that's what some people have to understand. They have to build the audience. That is why I am not going to tell you to go out and create a brand new account when you get DBA. I'm just not. I know there are people who will, right? If you go that route, then you better be working behind the scenes, working the inbox, and working through your network and talking to people. You better be working on your FB page. You better be working on IG if you're going to start a brand new account. Okay. Because it's going to be, unless you have like Jakayla, I mean, that girl was a born marketer. I mean, of course, she's a Hamilton. We're actually not related, but I like to think that we are because her last name is Hamilton. And she's cute too, right? She's a natural born marketer, right? She could, you know, I don't even, oh my God, there's so many things that we've been taught that we can say that you probably shouldn't say in 2024. But let's just say she could sell ice in a blizzard. How about that? Okay. She could sell ice in a blizzard. Okay. So, yes, she can do it, right? But she has nuances that she knows and understands because she's been a marketer. Brooklyn, too, right? Me, right? But you got to start learning today. You want to start learning today. I think I'm actually going to shut this stream down because it is now 2 hours. I'm going to split it up into not here, over here. I think I'm going to shut this one down, and I might start another one because this one really rewards me for being live long. And over here at I really can only repurpose it and reshare it if it's an hour. So now I'm going to have to split it up, and that means it's going to hog up a lot of space on my computer. So bye.